My head is throbbing, my vision is blurry, and trapped underneath me is one of the most dominant wrestlers in the world, smothering me like a python trying to squeeze the life out of me. In this position, there's only one way to escape. You have to use the cage fence to literally walk up it and escape to the top. This technique is called wall walking. And if you can master it, you might just survive an MMA match. But the question is, do you have what it takes? Now, before we go any further, let me ask you a question. When was the last time you refused to stay down when things got tough? Life is full of knockdowns. Sometimes we get knocked down by our own bad decisions, and sometimes we get hit so hard by the unexpected that we do and see it coming. Either way, the truth is, no matter how good we are, none of us are invincible. There will always be another big challenge, another hurdle, another opponent to face. The question is, are you going to stay down, or are you going to dust yourself off and get right back into the fight? Are you a quitter, or do you have what it takes to refuse to stay down and keep moving forward? Back in the dark days of fighting underground, there were no rules and there were no cages. But these days, all professional fights take place inside an octagon. And while the cages aren't exactly designed for fighters to escape, they are a very real factor in every single fight. Back in UFC Fight Night 124, two fighters were going at it. One landed a spinning kick that dropped his opponent. Then he went in for the follow-up, but his opponent grabbed onto the cage and refused to stay down. He started to pull himself up and literally walk up the cage fence. It was unbelievable to watch. In the end, he escaped and won the fight. This kind of stuff is becoming more and more common in MMA, and if you want to become a great fighter, you need to learn how to do it. So here's the deal. If you're ever in this position where you're trapped on the ground and someone is trying to smash in your face, there's only one way to escape. You need to use the cage fence to get yourself back to your feet. Now, I know it looks impossible, but it's not. It just takes immense strength, technique, and above all else, an unbreakable will to win. As I said earlier, you're probably not going to have much vision in this situation. Adrenaline's going to be pumping, and you're going to feel helpless. But that's when you need to remember your training. You have to force your mind to think clearly. You have to clear out the noise and focus on the task at hand. You have to use every ounce of strength that you have left to grip onto the cage and pull yourself up. Remember, this isn't a normal climb. You're not scaling a mountain or something. You're literally trying to escape being smashed to a pulp. So you have to put everything you have into it. You have to climb like your life depends on it, because it really does. Now, the first step to escaping this situation is getting your hands on the cage. Easier said than done, I know, but it's absolutely necessary. If you don't have a hold of the cage, you're not going anywhere. So reach out, grab onto the cage and pull yourself up. Once you have a hold of the cage, you need to start kicking. You need to kick your legs up and over the cage and plant your feet on the fence. As you do this, you need to keep your body close to the cage. You want to avoid giving your opponent any space, because that S when they LL smash you in the face. Remember, you're not climbing a mountain here. You're escaping for your life. Every kick counts. Every push matters. And every second that you spend climbing is another second that you not getting smashed in the face. You need to take a deep breath and try to relax your body as much as possible. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but the more tense you are, the harder it'll be to move. Try to keep your movements fluid and relaxed. This will help you conserve energy and make your climbs more efficient. And as you climb, you need to keep your eyes on the prize. Don't look down at your feet or at the ground. Look up at the top of the cage and imagine yourself escaping. Imagine yourself free from your opponent's grasp and standing tall. This will help you keep going when things get tough. The hardest part of this entire ordeal is probably gone. Be getting yourself over the top of the cage. This is where most people fail. They get so close, but they just don't have the strength to get over the top. This is where you need to dig deep inside of you and find that extra gear. You have to summon every ounce of strength that you have left and push yourself over the top. It's going to hurt like hell. Your muscles are going to scream in protest, but you have to push through it. Remember, this is your life we're talking about. This is your chance to escape and live another day. So push yourself over the top and don't look back. Once you get over the top of the cage, congratulations, you survived. But your fight isn't over yet. You still have to get back into the fight and finish your opponent. That's going to be a whole other challenge. To do that, you need to get yourself back into fighting shape. You need to get your heart rate under control. Your breathing needs to slow down, and you need to get your head in the game now. I know this might seem like a far-fetched scenario, but the truth is, it's not. There are plenty of fighters who have found themselves in this situation, and the ones who learned how to wall walk ended up winning their fights. That's why it's so important to train for every possibility, even the ones that seem far-fetched. You never know when you might find yourself in a situation where you need to use the cage to save yourself. And hey, don't worry, I'm not leaving you hanging. We're going to put together a full tutorial on how to wall walk in the next video. Make sure to stay tuned so you don't miss out. Trust me, this is a skill that every serious fighter needs to master. It could save your life one day. Think you have what it takes to wall walk? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss out on any of my videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.